Okay, so now we have this unique scene where women speaking on their own. Um, I love this scene, the Willow song, and the relationship between Emilia and Desdemona. We learn so much about these characters, about Desdemona's growing up. But the thing I'm interested in here is the way women speak on their own. Emilia's getting Desdemona ready, and they speak quite closely, and particularly in terms about Lodovico. Shall I go fetch a nightgown? No, unpin me here. This Lodovico is a proper man. He's handsome. Now, this, if you were in public, might be seen as indiscreet or dishonorable. But here, when you're in private, and women know this, you can speak so differently. He speaks well. I know a lady in Venice would have walked barefoot to Palestine for a touch of that nether lip. So kiss, the geography again from Venice to Palestine. The geography is worth considering. These places are not minor or neutral locations. He's so handsome. He's worth kissing. I've heard it said so. Oh, these men. Dost thou in conscience think? Tell me, Emilia, that there be women do abuse their husbands in such gross kind. Are there women who cheat? She's so innocent. She's so ridiculously innocent, isn't she? Yes, no question. No question there are some. Don't be so silly and childish. Would you do it for all the world? Why, would not you? No, not by this heavenly light. This is a good gag. No. Yeah, not by this heavenly light. I wouldn't do it either, but I would do it in the dark. Okay? Unseen versus seen. I don't want to get caught. I'm not an idiot. But would you do it for all the world? She repeats this. Look, Desdemona. Desdemona is very rich and privileged. I think Emilia really reveals that when she said, the world's a huge thing. It's a great price for so small a vice. World versus small vice. Small in the sense of she doesn't see it as damning. She doesn't see it as brutal. I don't think you'd do that, Desdemona said. And Emilia comes back. In truth, I think I should, and undo when I had done. Mary, I would not do such a thing for a joint ring, nor for measures of lawn, nor for gowns, petticoats, caps, nor any petty exhibition, but for the whole world. Not for small things. Cheat. Because why would you do that? You'd ruin. But the whole world, who would not make her husband a cuckold to make him a king? Cuckold to make him a king. She reveals herself to be a lot more strategic here. And, I would venture purgatory for it, she says. Purgatory, this Catholic idea, this waiting room, this place to purge yourself of sins. If I would do such a wrong for the whole world, I wouldn't. Emilia really is just so amused and just coming at it. Why the wrong is but wrong in the world, and having the world for your labor, 'tis a wrong in your own world, and you might quickly make it right. She really catches her out on this, like, for the whole world, you can make, getting the world, you can make it okay. It's not that deep. It's not that big a deal. Nah, she goes, I don't think there's women. Look, yes, there are a dozen, and as many to the vintage as would store the world they played for. But I do think it's their husband's fault. Now, she goes into something a little bit more careful here. She goes, it's their husband's fault if wives do fall or slack their duties. Or, look at this metaphor, it's fantastic. Pour our treasures into foreign laps. Husbands fault if women stray, she argues. Because they restrain us, or they strike us, restrain, strike, or scant our former having in despite. Why, we have galls, and though we have some grace, yet have we some revenge. Strange word to come from her. Here it seems important. Let husbands know their wives are like them, have senses like them. They see and smell, and have palates for sweet and sour, as husbands have. What is it they do change us for others? So what do they think? That word comes again. They can switch, they can play games or sport. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Isn't frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have not we affections? Don't we desire sport? Don't women desire? This is very radical. This is,